You are watching PPMA TV, brought to you with Markham and Marsh. I'm delighted to be joined by Scott here from Videojet, and he's got some new product here at the show to talk us through. Hello, Scott. Talk to me about your new Videojet range here.
No problem whatsoever. These are the latest models in our Simplicity range. We've got our entry-level 1280, our mid-range 1580, and our flagship 1880. As a company, we are continually evolving technology-wise. We have a program called Voice of the Customer, where we speak to customers and non-customers, find out what their pain points are, take that information back to our R&D teams, who are all based in the UK, and when we do bring out a new product, it's addressing pain points in the market. And so whilst they're packed with new features and new benefits, they're all absolutely appropriate for our users in the field.
Okay, so we've got some continuous inkjet printers here. Talk to me about, you've got 3 in the range.
Yes.
Talk to me about who would be using these and then what differentiates these 3 models.
Absolutely. Well, I'll start with the similarities. As you can see, they all have the same interface. We call it Simplicity. For a reason, it is very, very intuitive, easy to operate. Actually designed during focus groups with operators. So designed by operators for operators. So they are very intuitive. They're tablet-based. The entry-level range, the 1280, aimed at your, we call them mom-and-pop shops, ostensibly, whereby they are maybe one shift every couple of days, light users. So again, it's very simple to operate. It's relatively inexpensive to own and to run. Then we have the mid-range, the 1580, mass market appeal, can accommodate probably 80% of the requirements of customers in the field. And then finally we have the 1880, multi-shift, 24/7 operation, high speed, and it has an awful lot of brand new features in it. In fact, we have 51 patent applications for this one printer. Probably the game changer is in the print head. The biggest pain point for inkjet users since the dawn of time has been an EHT fault, a build-up of ink on the gutter, which eventually shorts it, stops your printer, stops your line. You have to take the print head out, you have to clean it. So it's a bit of a schlep. So we have a sensor in here monitoring the build-up on the gutter, and it warns you 8 hours before you get an EHT fault. So even if you are a 24/7 operation, and as we all know, there's no such thing as a true 24/7. They always have to stop for something.
There's a number of 9s in there somewhere, isn't there?
Then if you're stopping for a breakage or a product change, then clean the print head, and that way it'll prevent the machine stopping. And when you do have to clean it, it has an auto facility in there. You take the print head out of the sleeve, you put it in the wash station that we supply, and you press a button and it self-cleans.
That connectivity piece is particularly interesting, and obviously Industry 4.0, majority of systems that we see at a show like PPMA Total Show have got an element of connectivity in there. You'd like to think there's some value in that connectivity, and I know that's a good story that you've got in terms of what these systems are able to share with operators in terms of their performance, in terms of the predictive prognostics and so on. And you've got a demo of that, haven't you?
We have, absolutely. So these are all connected to our system, which is unique. There's a number of manufacturers have networked products, and they can push data up to the cloud, and on any web-enabled browser, you can see the status of your printer. That's exactly the case here. Where Videojet is unique is we can actually interact. So first and foremost, when the machine develops a fault, it's a machine, it's going to develop a fault. It then sends a message to the line operator or the shift manager or whatever saying, printer on line 6 has an issue. You'll then go, so you're the first to respond to it. The machine, the diagnostics, the AI built into it, tells you what the fault is and tells you how to rectify it. If you can't do it, you phone Videojet technical support, and with your permission, i.e. you have to check a box on the screen, it allows them to dial in and diagnose the fault. 7 out of 10 faults that don't require parts can be fixed remotely, so you recover very quickly from uptime. If it does need a part, the printer tells them what part it needs, so when the engineer rocks up to your site, he or she has the appropriate part, so your first time rate is very, very good. What's really great from our customers' perspective is that they can have a screen in the production office or on the line, and it can show them the status of their Videojet printers. And if you want to come this way, I'll show you what that looks like.
Right, follow us, because here's one that Scott prepared earlier, and we're looking at those models. I think those 3 printers just there on the dashboard in front of us.
That's exactly the situation. So you can see with the traffic light system the current status. We've got the 1280 online, the 1580 and the 1880 both show us offline. That's because the ink stream wasn't running there. And so if we click on the 1880, we can see specifics to that particular model. We would be able to see where the machine inked up, which is not, because we're obviously in an exhibition. Then it would tell us how much makeup and how much ink is in the cartridge. That obviously would flag up if there was an issue, and you could see, oh my goodness, we've run out of makeup. Whilst that may be fatal for a lot of companies, it's not for us, because we have a built-in makeup reservoir giving you another 24 hours runtime. So even when it shows 0, your Videojet printer is still going. So that gives you your status. It gives you, again, where this a real production environment. We could see this, the events Pareto over the last 24 hours, over the last 7 days, over the last 30 days, etc. So you've got lots and lots of data there, and where you're having downtime issues, you could go to this dashboard and see, I'm consistently seeing problems with X, Y, and Z, and you can adapt your process to help eliminate them.
And that's what it's about, really, isn't it, Scott? It's about smart hardware combined with smart software to create a solution that's going to guarantee as much uptime and productivity as possible. And if you really, what your customers want is productivity. They want the system to work and do its job for as many of those 9s as is possible.
That's exactly the situation. They don't want to interact with the printer too much at all. So we have a number of different software solutions, hardware solutions, which means that the operator spends less time actually operating the printer and more time running the production line, just trying to make things as simple as possible.
What's your feedback from customers here at the PPMA show been like so far?
It's been very, very impressive. Again, PPMA is great because you speak with the decision makers, but not only them, they bring along line operators, and I'd much rather speak to the line operator. You get far more honest feedback. If they don't like something, they ain't going to sugarcoat it. So they give you the truth, and that's great intel, and we can take that back to our R&D teams. But the decision makers, whilst they're obviously interested in the cost of a printer, it's not just the cost, it's the value to them, and the purchase price is only important until it's installed. The day after, it's all about the reliability and the features and the benefits.
Scott, thank you very much for joining us and chatting us through the new range. Very exciting times, and I hope you have many more fruitful conversations here at the PPMA show.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
Cheers.